Bodies is a great modern mystery, and parallels one of the classic twists of the murder mystery genre even while adding its own unique flavor to the same kind of inherent twist. Starring Amandla Stenberg, Maria Bakalova, Myha'la Herrold, Lee Pace, and Pete Davidson, the film is a deeply funny take on the mystery genre that sets things in motion with the off-screen demise of Davidson's character, David. The resulting chaos soon spirals outwards, killing off many of Bodies' characters in gruesome ways. Bodies is a very modern film, but it's also one that builds off the legacy of countless entries to the whodunit style of mystery stories. In this way, the creative DNA of Bodies can be traced back to the works of creators like Agatha Christie, who remains a key influence on the genre nearly a century later. Comparing the two similar central mysteries, and how Bodies differs in its ending, highlights why making an original mystery is so much better than simply adapting a classic for modern audiences. Bodies' Deaths and Killer Mystery are very similar to Agatha Christie's book And Then There Were None. Bodies' central mystery and plot shares a lot creative DNA with And Then There Were None, especially considering both stories end with the reveal that a victim of the murderer was actually responsible for their own death. Written by Agatha Christie, And Then There Were None focuses on a group of 8 strangers at a remote manor. As they are steadily picked off, suspicion takes over. This is remarkably similar to how Bodies plays out after David's death at a house party sets off a wave of infighting, betrayals, and desperate chaos. Both plots revolve around a group of characters in a confined location, slowly being picked off while they try to uncover the mystery behind the deaths. In both stories, the central mysteries turn out to be a clear misdirect. However, both stories utilize this similar type of reveal to produce very different endings. And Then There Were None reveals that one of the guests, Justice Wargrave, is responsible for the murders and set up his own death to help further that mystery. In Bodies, David's death is revealed to have been a complete accident on his own part. Bodies wouldn't have worked as well with And Then There Were None's killer twist. Maria Bakalova and Amandla Stenberg looking over a banister in Bodies. Despite working from a similar creative blueprint as And Then There Were None, Bodies was right to avoid the more obvious solution where someone was directly behind the murders. In And Then There Were None, the murders are revealed to have been a twisted form of justice, enacted by a brutal man who believed the other guests were escaping consequences for their actions. It's ultimately a bleak ending, with the truth only discovered long after the crimes had been committed. It's a dark ending, and one that would have felt out of place in Bodies. So much of that film is rooted in youthful mistakes, whether they be of a romantic or lethal variety. Revealing that the plot was actually a long-planned murder mystery would have undercut the rash and impulsive qualities of Bodies' characters, which plays a big part in the violence that ensues throughout the film as well as the surprising ending. Having there be no central character behind the kills in Bodies, keeping the thematic focus on youthful folly. All the bloodshed and chaos was set off by lethal overconfidence, which feels apt for a modern-day mystery.